it's the last behind the songs. Thank you so much for letting me ramble. This was really scary and uncomfortable for me to do, but also was something that felt really important to me. And I know it's not for everyone, and so I'm very grateful to those of you that this resonates with. Thank you guys for keeping me company. So I asked you guys to think of limiting beliefs that you have, stories that you tell yourself that might be holding yourself back, like I'm broken, or I'll never be good enough, or I'm X, Y, and Z. We all do this in our heads. It's not nice. So I challenged a bunch of you to go find those limiting beliefs and then start changing the narrative and write a new belief that you want to start believing and living in. And I was so blown away by the response. That's a really scary prompt, to have to look at yourself like that. It's like a lot of work. And so the fact that anyone at all did this was amazing, but the messages that were sent in, people holding up their new belief or the new thing they want to work on believing, it was so moving. Throughout making the whole video, I was just crying. And even to this day, I recently watched this music video and I am just covered in goosebumps the entire time and just tearing up, because the strength and beauty of these humans, it's just one of the most beautiful things to me ever, is to watch all of these humans be so vulnerable and challenge a belief about themselves. We're all going through such different lives. We're all struggling in such different and similar ways, and it's just really beautiful to get to see that rawness. I feel like this song kind of tied together this whole album and this whole chapter for me, and is something that I really, really hope to remember in life. This idea that you have everything you need. I think a lot of us go through life feeling like we are incomplete or broken, and we're waiting for some person to save us, or we're waiting for some job to make us the person we thought we'd be, or to have some great change. But I think we're all whole, and we'll keep growing forever. And the more we can stop beating ourselves up and judging everything about ourselves, the more we can settle into this, oh, everything is actually already fine. And of course we can grow and strive and try to be better and do better for the world. But I like the idea that we all already have everything we need. And so this idea that all along I had it all, when I'm anxious, and when I'm depressed, and when I'm struggling, when I really step back in those moments, kind of goes back to the song For Now, which is like, I got to live. I get to be here, and I get to breathe, and I get to eat, and I get to meet people and grow and experience love, and experience nature, and laugh. Those are the things that matter, not the external things, not what we look like, not achieving some status or making a certain amount of money or having other people think you're cool. The real happiness and fulfillment comes from those moments of just being here, connecting with someone, learning, looking at a tree, listening to a good song. I might be making absolutely no sense. This was the most asked question for any song on the whole album. So if you have listened carefully to this song, you might have noticed that in the second half of the song, there's like some whispering. There's like maybe someone talking, but you're not sure if you're going crazy. Okay, so the first part is the part that's just repeating all along I had it all. And then there's this pause, and then it turns into this other part. I just started feeling like there has to be some message buried under this. I pressed record and I just started saying things. And in this weird way, this was like a culmination of the whole album to me. It's like, what have I learned over this whole album of all these songs, this whole chapter of life? Like, what am I thinking about? What am I feeling? And I just started rambling all this stuff. I think it's fair. I made you suffer for a year. I'm gonna read you my little poem now. Okay, Here we go. You ready? Here's to the many things that make life so sweet. To the air and the birds and the stars and the trees. To the people around that help me be me. To the pain, to the waiting. To the tears, to the sea. And learning all along I've had everything I need. You have everything you need. We have gone through the entire album. Thank you so much for coming on this journey with me and revisiting all of these songs and getting to spend a little bit more time with them. This was really like the most special album I've ever made. And it's the first album that I got to release because of so many of you that have joined KG Records. You are my record label now, and it's amazing. So it was such a special time, and it's a little sad for me to move on from it, but I know these songs will always be out there in the world living their own lives, and now I feel at peace to move forward to some new ones. If you haven't heard this song or the whole album, you can go listen to it. You can go order the vinyl from my website. If you want a physical thing, there's also CDs. Thank you guys so much. You're so wonderful. I hope that you know that. I hope that you continue to feel more and more whole and happy, and I'm sending lots and lots of love your way. And yeah, I think that's it. Okay. Thank you guys. You're the best. Bye.